Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and today we're taking on an important topic in relationships, which is the question, when is the right time to have sex? Now, I'm going to give you the answer to this, and I'm assuming that you're an adult in a consensual relationship, and I want you to know the answer I'm going to give you is controversial. Some of you will like this answer, some of you will not like this answer. Chances are I will get blowback for creating this video. But in my coaching programs, women ask this all the time. The answer I give them has worked for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women, helping them create the relationship they want. And so I wanted to share it with you. Check it out. Now, know this, the purpose of this video and this channel is really to serve you in increasing love in the world one heart at a time and helping you have that deep, amazing relationship you want. So if that matters to you, click the subscribe button and click the little bell notification so that you will be notified when the latest, greatest videos come out each and every week. All right, when to have sex? The first step in understanding that answer is to understand two dynamics in the relationship. Number one, there is a sexual pace to your relationship. And the sexual pace is determined by how physical you're getting with one another. Starting with a hug or holding hands, moving to a kiss, moving to getting more physical, more intimate, ultimately having sex, making love with one another. The other dynamic in a relationship is the emotional pace of the relationship. Moving from just being acquaintances with one another to saying, ooh, I want to date this person, to I want to be committed to this person, to I want to marry this person. The emotional pace of the relationship is set by the level of commitment in the relationship. Here's the key. You never want to let the sexual pace get out in front of the emotional pace, because when you do that, the relationship gets off balance, or it can, because most people will end up becoming awkward when the sexual pace gets way out in front. In other words, you sleep together before you even know whether or not you like each other. It can throw the relationship off balance. And many of us have had an experience where you get physical too fast, too soon, and then everybody gets awkward and it gets weird.
Yeah. We're on the same page. I mean, I'm not looking for a relationship right now either. Let's just say that. Whatever you want to, I can do, I'd rather just, I like simple, not like other girls where I'm like, be my boyfriend. Unless you were like, yeah. And I'd be like, maybe.
It doesn't always happen, but it can happen. And here's the key for you to understand as a woman. The sexual pace and the emotional pace are completely independent for men. They are not connected. In other words, having sex for a man does not pull him along the emotional scale. It does not move his emotional feelings forward. They're completely disconnected based on how our brains are wired up. Your brain is wired up very differently. Now, you might be the 1 in 1,000 where you don't actually feel anything when you have sex, but most women, when they have sex, it means they also feel something emotionally. It pulls you forward. So the key here is to let the emotional pace drive the sexual pace. And here's the criteria. Consider, what do you want for yourself when it comes to a relationship? Do you want to be married? Do you want that level of commitment? Do you want to be in a committed relationship? Or maybe you're on the spectrum where you're in a phase of your life where you're like, Matt, I just want a warm body and a sexy smile. Like, that's it. Like, I'm totally down to just have fun and play right now. You are the highest authority of what you would love and when you feel ready to make love with a man. You get to decide that, but decide that in advance. And only when the sexual pace of the relationship meets the criteria you have decided upon, that's when you sleep with him. So some women go through my coaching program, they decide they want to wait till they get married. Other women are on the other end of the spectrum. They just want to have fun and play. And many women fall in the category of, no, I want a committed relationship before I'm willing to be intimate with him. Well, here's the key. Know this. Men do not fall in love by first having sex with you. So if what you're saying is you want that committed relationship, then that means holding off on sex until you're in a committed relationship with your man. Now, I know that it might be hard. I know that both of you are hot-blooded and want to get together, but it's worth it. And don't buy into the fear that says if you don't have sex with him early on, he is going to run off. Because it's true. The right man will wait until you're ready. And here's the good news. is that when he waits, when you do finally reach the point at which the relationship has met the emotional pace that you want, that commitment level you want, and you two decide to be intimate with one another. My father always used to say, sex is really the celebration of the intimacy and the commitment you've already created with one another. Sex is that celebration. So when you finally do become intimate, a couple great dynamics are created. Number one, you've set a beautiful standard for you being a high value woman and what you want. And when he meets that standard, now he feels special and selected because he's achieved something other men haven't achieved so easily. And he knows that he is your man and sharing something beautiful with you that's special just between the two of you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking watching this video. You're thinking, oh crap, Matt, I've already slept with him. We're not in a committed relationship. What do I do now? I want you to know that if you've already slept with him, it doesn't mean that the relationship is going to go sideways. There's still hope for the relationship. The important thing to know is that sleeping with him doesn't mean that he's emotionally committed. You want to keep those two ideas separate in your mind, and you want to consider where is he on the emotional scale of this relationship and let him lead the emotional pace. You lead the sexual pace, let him lead the emotional pace, and you'll wind up in a really good spot. The other thought that comes up often is this one. Well, Matt, what about all those people who sleep together on the first date and then they get married and it works out? Yes, that happens occasionally as well. Just like occasionally there are people who can eat junk food all day and still stay ripped. It's an anomaly, right? It can happen, but it doesn't happen for us normal people, right? What I'm giving you is a formula that you can use that will set you up for success. So keep the emotional pace leading the relationship and let sex be the celebration of the emotional connection you've already built, and it will set you up for success, creating something amazing and special with your man. What I would love to hear from you is, when do you believe is the right time to have sex? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. It'll be a great conversation. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.